Good evening, and welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop's Coffee and Tea with Aeson and Sandie. How are you, darling?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Starting to notice a few trends, and it's like, oh, God.
What do you mean?
Have you noticed the amount of celebrities and influencers divorcing?
Say that again. The amount of what? Sorry.
Celebrities and influencers divorcing.
I have not noticed.
Oh, there's a lot of them going on. I mean, this Pluto in
Really?
retrograde is causing a good bit.
So it's still in retrograde.
Right. Well, we've got a
Yeah.
Pluto retrograde occurring.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Pluto retrograde. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because every planet retrogrades.
Right.
Every planet will retrograde. Especially in tropical astrology, it's based on what energies we on Earth receive or see of planets going, through their cosmos.
Right. So what's happening is that people are finally bringing their relationships to an end.
Yeah. And it's
Because
like
they're
couples that have been
divorcing.
together for 20, 30 years, and it's like, wow.
Well, obviously things weren't working for a long time. They're divorcing.
Yeah. Some of them are like not working for a long time, but others it's just like, oh, that's different than what you put out there, and it's interesting.
Right.
Come on, cat. So it gets there.
I don't follow many celebrities. I'm always kind of just watching movies or, reading.
I follow the media. It's part of being, a podcaster. And, when you work in the industries, you have to kind of keep up with everything.
True. So true.
So. And, I was right. Worthy Up is life coaching.
What happened? You're right about what? Sorry.
Worthy Up is Mary Brown, or Mary Brown's new life coaching setup. Honey, are you not hearing me good?
Yeah, I am hearing you now. Just sometimes when you're talking, I get my accent's a problem too. I just don't catch some words.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. So Mary Brown, she runs a life coaching business.
She has launched her own life coaching business.
Right.
Called Worthy Up. So that's interesting. Inspirational Worthy Up program online. Fans blast the star for changing up, charging up to $600 to join. Honey, $600 is cheap in this industry.
Right. So is she looking for people? Is she?
She is. She's building a community.
Well, I'll be part of it.
No. She's looking for clients. Let me clarify.
Clients.
She's looking for clients.
Oh, I see.
She's become a life coach herself.
Oh, I see. She's not looking for a number of life coaches to build a life coaching business.
Right.
I get it. She just want to be one life coach getting clients. I get it.
Exactly. It's like Aeson's Education or Psychic Coaching You. She's launched her own business.
Good for her.
Yeah, I
She'll
think
do
that
well.
she'll do well. She's had a lot of emotional, um, oh, what's the word? Challenges, a lot of growth there. Um, and it's like, this is the new wave of it, honeys. You know, but what do you think about that $600 a month?
I think it can be. I know it's not a lot of money, but
Mhm.
well, she's not going to have. She's going to have like a select amount of clients that will have a high expectancy,
Right.
of her work. So she's got to cater to a very small demographic, like a small demographic, because that can be expensive. Not many people can afford $600 a month on top of what their
On
other
top.
monthly
Okay.
commitments are, like their mortgage or rent and car payments and this and that.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to have someone that can really afford to pay that much.
Right.
So and that's not a common thing.
Right. All right. So it's called the Impact membership. It's $600. Oh, I'm sorry. That's $600 for the year. You get
Oh, for a
access
year.
to a yeah.
Oh,
You get
that's better.
access to the Facebook group,
Yeah, that makes more
printable
sense. Yeah.
PDF, printable PDF WOW workbook, accountability community. First to know about upcoming events and worthy of merch. One
Good.
interaction virtual live discussion Q&A per month. Um, worthy up merch package, autographed mugs, hats, journals, stickers, notes, and pins. Okay, discount on 20% of all worthy up events held in 2024. A
Right.
discount of 20% on a 2025 membership renewal, plus a special surprise gift from Murray. All right.
Sounds like a good deal.
Three,
$600 a year is much easier for people to handle.
right.
Does she have like a monthly
Nope. She
thing as
set it
an
up
alternative?
by the year.
Okay.
All right. So for $300 a year, you get the um, um, membership for 2024 at 300, access to the Facebook group, printable WOW workbook, accountability community, first to know about Worthy Up merch, one interaction virtual live discussion per month, and a merch package.
Right.
Okay. So you don't get the discounts for next year or the events. So those would be like classes or whatever held
Well,
extra.
$600 a year is like $50 a month. Let's work it out. And $300 a
Right.
year is obviously $25 a month. They should probably want to get more people signing up for the $300 package,
Uh-huh.
most likely. And she'll get a few people for the $600 package.
Right. Right.
Mm.
But so you're not getting the merch package automatically. No, you're getting the merch package. You don't just get the discounts on anything else. So
That's
for that
fine.
extra $300, you're getting a 20% discount on 2024's events and a discount on 2025's membership. All right, for the 150, the Inspire membership, you get a $150 digital for the $150 digital membership. You get access to the Facebook group, the printable WOW book, WOW workbook, accountability community, and you get to know first about the events and merch. So
Right.
you don't get the interactive there.
Right.
I've seen this business model before with life coaches. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm not really feeling good. To be honest with you, I'm going to be honest about this. I'm not really feeling good about it. I mean, her merch is good. I mean, like, the thing is she really, if you like, she's actually very, very good and very well known for people to want to have her stuff with her name all over it. Number one.
Right.
So
Well,
that's good,
you know,
and that's yet to come. But there can be other
right.
things in merch she can kind of focus on, because it sounds like she's got a bunch of stuff with her name on it. Right. Okay.
Well,
That's
it's not
fine.
her name; it's her brand on it.
Right.
And then a workbook, and then interactive classes once per month.
Yeah, that's $600 a month, right? A year, right?
No, $600 a year.
But is there no personal one-on-one coaching at all involved in any of this?
No, not in that package.
Not even $600 one either.
Mm-mm.
So none of those packages involve one-on-one coaching.
No.
So the thing is, the most effective way for people to do of life coaching is one-on-one sessions. And see, that's I would build.
Right.
See, this is what I would have that in there incorporated, like, and have a one-on-one charge for people. But you need that one-on-one interaction with life coaching, because not everyone is the same. Not everyone's going to have the same reaction to group situation.
Right.
And so I think a package is good on one hand, but that package would be good for people who have already had life coaching with her and want to continue on in a more of a group setting. But she needs to also offer one-on-one coaching.
Right. And she may offer that later on. This is just the launch of her brand. And, the $600 membership would get that probably faster and better.
I guess so, but still, when my understanding of life coaching, the shrink,
right,
is the one-on-one factor. And yes, we have group therapy, but group therapy usually involves, after a few sessions of one-on-one with a numerous amount of people, and then realizing they have a common issue that they can talk to each other about. And, with me, they're supervising, so they can then feel reassured they're not the only one in the boat, and how other people are dealing with it, et cetera, et cetera. So that's when the group thing comes into play. But that one-on-one session is extraordinarily important in life coaching, because you really need to feel that person and get that person through whatever they're going through. It's really important. And so,
depending on the package.
So I'm not hearing any one-on-one coaching. Her package doesn't offer one-on-one coaching. None of the
right.
Yeah.
Well, and I have, the inner circle, which is kind of like this, but it's tilted towards Wicca and that. And, my students have unlimited one-on-one time.
That's a different model altogether, because it's not life coaching.
Yes,
See, for example, it's more motivational, isn't it? It's not more like discussing a common interest rather than a one-on-one life coaching.
It is a life coaching package
that you have.
Yes.
And so you see people one-on-one within your package.
I do see they have the option, but my students come, more for the group classes. Like maybe had one book for a one-on-one session.
They're learning something, whereas life coaching is more guiding rather than learning. Well, it's learning as well. So it's guiding and learning. Life coaching is guiding and learning. And learning is learning. So if you're teaching someone certain things about Wicca, whatever, the dynamics of that faith, then that's different.
Well, it's not just Wicca and psychic skills. It's also, my life coaching.
Like what I'm saying, life's coaching.
The life coaching is included in that. And it's teaching them tools and, working through past trauma and working with self-image, which is what she's teaching, like her wild workbook.
Yeah, but everyone has a different. See, you offer the one-on-one. You have that option, right? She doesn't. So you need that. You need that one-on. Yeah, she needs to implement that one-on-one. You need that one-on-one. It's all well and good to teach people some life skills to get through certain things, but everyone has a different reaction to different things and cope differently with different things. They need to have some very specific kind of skills in order to deal with a certain situation. It's not always going to be. It's not a one-fits-all type of thing. You know what I mean? But that can be. Yeah, but that can be the case, right? It's both. It's not just one or the other. It's both. So what you're doing, your model, is correct.
Right.
Her model needs to implement the one-on-one factor.
Right. But I wonder if she's riding on her star power.
That's what it sounds more like to me.
Like even though, and I'm sorry, the WOW program is a good program. It's a life coaching system.
It needs that one-on-one element. It needs that.
It can. I mean, it's not required. It depends on what you're looking to get out of it.
Right.
Okay.
Because that kind of flows into like motivational speaking. That makes sense. Like it goes a little bit away from life coaching to motivational, which means if you're motivating people to do better, show them little ways, little cues of doing better, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But that moves away from life coaching a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
So overcome, some of the WOW lessons, because yes, I went and looked it up in the coaching seminar. Like she didn't write her own program. Overcoming disappointment, rising to your potential, overcoming grief, generating blessings, difficulties of leadership. This one's gauged towards minister, so there's minister stuff on there.
There are general
principles of war, creating, so
there are general tools one can use, but they don't suit everybody, right? Like when you read the self-help books, for example, one of my favorite ones is Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying that she says that your physical ailments, or whatever illnesses you may be having, certain illnesses, correlate with whatever emotional stress you're going through. Right. So she wrote a book, and Louise Hay's amazing. Like she's a life coach, motivational speaker, she's all of that, right? And so she wrote the book of affirmations. But before you read the affirmation, she leads up to that affirmation. So you can go through that book then and pinpoint, I'm feeling this way and that way. And then you can go through and look for that particular area in the book and then apply it to yourself in some way, and then read the affirmation if you feel it suits you, and then work with it that way. And so she puts everything into it. Like it's hard to explain. So it can cater to more than just one person. It's more open, but not all. So there are certain tools one can use to get through grief. Like some people never get through grief. People will grieve for the rest of their lives, depending on what the grief is about. It's not about getting through it. It's about a way of coping with the grief. That makes sense. So, and grief, usually, if you speak to people about their grief, it comes in waves. So that they maybe do go through their initial grieving period over something, and there's no time limit on that, and there's no one specific way of getting through it. But once they get through it, once they get through their grieving period, and I'm generalizing a little bit, but this is kind of what happens, right? Generally the case. They go on their everyday life, and then something will trigger them, like a smell, a song, and the grief will resurface. And so therefore it comes in waves. So, and it's just, how do you deal with that when it comes to resurface? Sit down, take a breath, go get a cup of coffee, go get some chocolate, drink a glass of wine, whatever you feel comfortable with. But yeah, there's a tool that may help you work through that wave of grief. But the grief may never go away. There's no time limit on grieving. Like you can only grieve for a week or 2 weeks or 6 months. There's no time limit on grieving, but there is a way of helping one cope with their grieving in a way where they're still kind of productive and still living their lives in a productive way. So
but look at Tony Robertson, which I follow him a good.
Well, he's a motivational speaker, big time.
He also does coaching.
Yes, he does.
Programs.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
He doesn't do one-on-one programs.
No, but he mostly does coaching, like motivational coaching.
I mean, let's see what his packages are. Which one am I session now? Okay. So he
Yeah,
refers out some of them. But identifying limiting beliefs, developing patterns
yeah,
of
that's
overcoming the beliefs.
motivational. Yeah, that's most motivational.
That's life
Yeah,
coaching courses now, reinforcing power and achieving goals. Okay. Like this is the same type of coaching as I provide. And he's $1,500 a quarter.
right. But he's
Okay.
really well known, and he's proven himself. Like he's established, and he's very established.
Mm-hmm.
And I've read his stuff. I've been part of his stuff. I've read,
Yeah.
And yes, life coaching and motivational speaking can correlate very
Yeah.
closely, right? In a general sense, for you give
Mm-hmm.
everyone certain tools they can use to do whatever they want to do, right? But
Right.
I wouldn't 100% call myself a life coach in that case. I would call myself both.
Right.
Like I'd be motivational life coaching, whatever. But like I
Right.
said,
Well, the difference
yeah,
is speaking with a group of 50 and
mhm,
answering direct questions or, teaching a topic or working through a tool,
right,
or working with a group of 15,000 for a
right,
single incident. That's
right,
that's motivational speaking.
right.
Um, Life coaching is more of a continual thing here.
Right.
So do I think she's out of the ballpark? No. $600 a
No,
year?
no, the
No.
$600 is reasonable. That's reasonable. That's when you said a month, I thought, oh no, that's unreasonable. But
Yeah, that's more
$60 a
like
month.
Tony
Yeah,
Robinson's,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
and, building focus on and building action plans to get to your goals and personal growth
yeah,
plans. Um, those all are, within building your personal growth, your personal power, your personal improvement. Working and doing that is all part of life coaching.
exactly. And that when I'm doing my readings, for example, I use a lot of psychology and life coaching stuff with a lot of my readings.
Right.
Because to help people get better and feel better about who they are, and in order to help their relationship succeed, help their job succeed, help have a
Right.
better relationship with their kids, that kind of thing. So, because since they start feeling better about who they are, everything around them starts to improve.
Right.
Sometimes they just
You
need to
know.
hear that there's nothing wrong with them. Some people think there's something wrong with them because they reacted to something. No, well, anyone would react to that something the way you did. So it you have to reassure them that they're normal and that their reaction is in place and would be
Right.
considered normal, like whatever normal is, right?
Right.
um,
Well,
yeah,
sometimes normal reactions are not normal reactions.
yeah. I mean, look, of course, and no one really knows what normal is, but we have a standard understanding of what we
Blowing
what
somebody's
we
phone up
socially expect.
150 times and they've not answered your text message is not normal behavior.
I'll say that again. Someone's texting you, texted someone 150 times, they haven't answered. Of course, yeah, give up. They're not going to answer you.
Yeah.
That's all. That whatever that's going on there, who's ever getting those messages is going to
Right.
call police in a minute and get you done for harassment. That's not normal. That's not normal behavior. But I'm not saying that that's
Right.
extreme behavior. That's not a normal
Right.
reaction, right? A normal reaction would be texting once and waiting for a response. And if you don't get one, maybe a second one, just in case they didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Then leave it alone. If you're texting someone 150 times, that's not normal.
Right.
Under the whatever normal is thing.
Well, again, it's looking to and beginning to work with different situations and
Right.
different builds And learning boundaries, like, my God, it's like the lesson on boundaries takes
Oh my God.
forever for people to get that. Like, no, it is not okay to Facebook stalk somebody. No, it is not okay to
No.
be questioning why they like the picture. That's none of their business.
Yeah, people get a bit too that people have definitely lost the boundary line
Mm-hmm.
over the last few years.
Right.
They're way too intrusive in other people's lives, even the people they
Right.
love and that love them. They get a bit too gung ho, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like hold back. I mean, look, whatever he's doing or she's doing, they're gonna get to you. Be patient. They're gonna get to you. They could be in the bathroom. If they're at work, they're at work. If you're working, you can't just stop working whenever you want to and start texting someone,
Right.
right? Well, as I understand, you're being paid to be at some job, right? You can't just stop working and start.
Right.
And so so understand that there are certain boundaries that you have to respect if you want the same respect. And these people usually apply a double standard because they expect that their boundaries be respected.
Right.
But they don't respect the other person's boundaries.
Well, often they don't even respect those.
Their own boundaries, they don't respect
They
other
don't
people's
have them.
Yeah, that's true too. There are people who don't have boundaries at all. They don't even know what a boundary is.
Right. They don't know what boundaries are. They weren't taught boundaries. They don't have those boundaries.
Yeah.
It's like people don't understand what an action plan is. And that takes a bit of education and getting them to see that, like, everything needs an action plan that you want to accomplish. But getting into that foundation of why. Why do you want this? Why is it good for you? What are you doing this for? Takes a big step for people to even get past.
I know that you have to get them to start questioning themselves. What do you want out of this?
You've got to teach them the skills because they're not taught the skills.
No. Like I had a recent case where this girl's got a male friend.
Right.
He likes her a lot. He wants to develop a relationship with her.
Right.
She's kind of on board with that. However, he invites him out to dinner. He meets her at this restaurant and then says to him, and this is so crazy, I want you to fake being my boyfriend. I want to make my ex-boyfriend jealous.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't get why. She doesn't understand why.
Right.
The other guy's angry with her, like, oh. And he got angry, he got all pissed, and he said, that's it. Whatever's friendship we ever had, whatever's gone. Because he felt used. He felt frustrated, used, manipulated, the whole nine. And then she's wondering why he's not now interested in a relationship with her. And I said, well, why would he be? You set up a whole evening to make your ex jealous. You intruded on your ex's boundaries, right? In order to make him jealous.
Right.
Because he was out with some other woman and he's your ex. And yet you want this guy that wanted a relationship with you. Now you want a relationship with him because you realize now your ex is gone. But you're not getting it. That you destroyed any opportunity of having a relationship with this guy now because he knows that you're still into your ex. And you cross boundaries.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You've shown your true colors of who you really are. And who you really are is not really that, you might be a great person, you're warm-hearted, loving, whatever, but when it comes to relationships, you've got it a little bit messed up and a bit skew-with because you don't do that. You don't go to where your ex is going when he's out with his girlfriend for dinner, and you don't bring some guy along to try and make him jealous because it's pointless.
Right.
It's useless. And making people jealous is one of the worst things one can do, because once you try to make someone jealous and you act like you're interested in someone else, that can 9 times out of 10 backfire. Because as soon as they realize you're interested in someone else, you've lost the opportunity with that person anyway. Yeah. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's a total mess up. So now she likes me now because I was so straightforward and honest with her about the whole thing. She comes back to me and back to me and back. So that's turned into a life coaching situation now, where I'm helping her and teaching her and guiding her and showing her how to be in a relationship.
But are you teaching her tools that not only going to affect her relationship, but
yes,
also teaching her everything else that goes along with it? See, that's a clear divide for me. A psychic reading is a psychic reading.
Yeah, you have to teach whatever I feel she needs to learn, and one of them is relationship dynamics, how to feel good about herself and be in a relationship, how to get past this extra, various things, various aspects of her life.
Again, that's not a life coaching situation. That's a psychic reading. That's psychic skills.
Well, it goes a bit of both. It's a bit of both. So the life coaching does come, big bottle of water. Life coaching does come into it. Yes, it is a bit of both. It's not purely just psychic reading. It's a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that happens sometimes with me. I'm doing a reading, it does turn into a bit of a life coaching session. It happens sometimes, or it happens with you sometimes.
Right, but again, that isn't everything there. A psychic reading is a psychic reading. A life coaching session is not a psychic reading.
No, but you can combine both during the session you're having. It can be a combination of both. I mean, a good life coaching session goes 50 minutes. You can't do it in 10 minutes, right?
Right.
You can give them some key things that will help them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Right. All right, guys, let's take a break.
Okay.
Are you ready for an enchanting journey of self-discovery and empowerment? Dive into the mystical world of Wicca with our courses guided by Lord Aeson Knight. Unveil Wicca's secrets, explore fundamental principles, and delve into essential topics like deity relationships and the purpose of rituals. Aeson Knight, a third-degree high priest, shares his wisdom through life coaching lessons, guiding you towards a brighter future. Step into the inner circle of enlightenment. Enroll today to embark on a journey toward a more empowered you. Click the link to take your first step into the magical circle.
Ready to join the Psychic Coffee Shop Network? By becoming our patron, you'll unlock exclusive content from Aeson Knight, host of the Psychic Coffee Shop podcast and co-host of the Mountain Bears podcast, alongside the tech-savvy Techie Joe. Choose from subscription options ranging from Tall $1, Grande $5, to Venti $10 per month, supporting us in covering production costs and beyond. Depending on your subscription level, enjoy discounts on private readings, free access to classes and special events, behind-the-scenes extras, and the chance to participate in station meetings. Plus, you'll get early access to new content and the opportunity to shape future topics. We'll acknowledge your support in the credits of our videos. Don't wait. Brew some magic and join us today as a valued member. Link in the show description. Aeson Knight, your gateway to a transformed life. In a world where anyone can claim to be a life coach, Aeson stands out as a true professional with the skills and qualifications to guide you on your journey to success. So why invest in a personal life coach? Let's explore the game-changing benefits Aeson brings to the table. Ever find it hard to stay committed to change on your own? Aeson's expertise ensures you stay on track. With him as your coach, that internal drive kicks in, motivating you to keep your promises and achieve your goals. Making a change is tough, but Aeson makes it 1,000 times easier. He's your unwavering support, guiding you through challenges, pushing you beyond your limits, and believing in you even when you doubt yourself. Friends are great, but they may not always want to see you succeed. Aeson, on the other hand, is dedicated solely to your success. He removes negativity and limiting beliefs, giving you the tailored support you need. Forget endless hours deciphering advice from books and videos. Aeson is your shortcut to effective change. He saves you time and money by offering personalized attention, guiding you toward the tools and lessons that will truly work for you. Ready for a better tomorrow? Book your discovery call with Aeson Knight now. Take the first step toward the life you've always dreamed of. Aeson Knight, your partner in transformation. Start your journey today.
Right. Well,
It's tonight. Start your journey today.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Life coaching is a lot different than psychic reading. Life coaching
Of
is
course it is. No, it is.
goals
Different.
and accountability
Yeah.
and building tools. I mean, if
Of
we look
course.
at
Yeah.
some of the ones that I like Elena Van Til, she's the one that's like fix your life on deal for one thing that work. Like she doesn't go in there and do a tarot card reading or go in there and do what she gets. She teaches truly how to change the life,
Right.
wisdom and compassion. Life
coaching is
more her style.
Yeah, life coaching is different from a psychic reading. Of course, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I do use some of my life coaching skills and my shrinking skills in my readings. I still give a reading. But if I'm doing purely life coaching, is counseling someone, nothing to do with my psychic stuff. It's a different, independent thing. I'm just saying that when I do some of my readings, not all of them, but some of them, I do include sometimes some life coaching skills because it's necessary in some instances. That's it.
So
there.
it takes a bit. I mean,
yeah.
So, $600 and having one live event a month.
That's $50 a month.
Right.
And
her course is 12 lessons. Her foundational course is 12 lessons. And the accountability community, okay, that's kind of interesting to have that. That's an interesting view, cheering you on that type of thing. I think it's going to have to have more gravy on it.
I think so too. I agree with you. And it needs a little bit. But I just saw you encapsulate a lot of different things into it, including one-on-one. And I really think that one-on-one is a very important part of it.
Right. It's highly important to have the one-on-one, especially when you're talking about goals and communication and stepping out of limiting beliefs. I mean, a lot of us are programmed with beliefs like you can't be a millionaire. Who says you can't?
Exactly.
Grew up in, backwoods of Ohio. We never had anything. So you have a relationship with money that says there's never enough. And you have to change that mindset.
Exactly.
There's a TikTok that has gone around about this guy, and he owns a septic company. And he was interviewing people for a position, and he got this kid, no experience, no knowledge, never worked before, and he says, I want $30 an hour. And you get 30 days, 3 days to figure out if you want me or not. That's got guts.
Right.
And of course he didn't get the job, but at the same time, it's but was that job right for him?
Listen, you got to be realistic about it as well. You can't just walk in somewhere and have zero experience of what they want and then expect you get paid $30 an hour and have them 3 days. No, it's not going to work. That's different from having a positive relationship with money. That's tons. That's kind of ridiculous, Because this person walks in and they've got the skills, right? So if you've got, this is how better way is, you've got the skills and you know what you're doing, then say, look, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly how to implement this project or whatever it is that this person's hiring them for. But I want to be paid $30 an hour or $50 an hour.
Right.
And I can deliver. You've got to be able to deliver on that. Sorry?
The fights and the arguments I've had when I've told people, raise your price.
Right.
That's bullshit that you're working for that price.
Exactly. But you're telling people to raise it by people who've got skills to offer.
Right.
You're not telling that to someone who can just say that you meet on the street for half an hour and say, well, I want to read tarot cards. And they've never picked up a tarot deck in their life. And then say, raise your price, because they're going to be useless.
Oh, yes, I do. I tell everyone I teach tarot to, if you're going to do a reading,
I'm talking about someone who doesn't know anything about tarot. Does not have this.
Right. But that's not information that someone that's just off the street that doesn't even have an interest in it
That's what I'm saying.
would
This
even
guy that
want.
walks in, but this guy that walks into a job and says, "I have no experience,
Uh-huh.
and I have no idea what this job's about, but I want to be paid." That's different.
Right.
But if you're in the middle of training people how to use tarot cards, they're giving them experience in that process, right? You're showing them a skill. And once they learn that skill, yes, charge, in a healthy way. Because now you have a skill to offer that you can charge for. But if someone doesn't know anything about it,
right,
nothing about it, that's it. They need to have that skill. They need to, and then
but it wasn't a tarot.
Don't sell yourself short. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, my coffee cup's empty, so let's go ahead and we'll take off for tonight, guys. You have a great evening, all.
All right. You take care, my good friend.